Overtime with Chris Duerr, brought to you by Hollister Whitney.
And this is Saturday, November the 30th, and you have indeed entered overtime where amid the snowflakes and the frigid temperatures, the North Shelby Raiders made a bit of history this afternoon in the most decidedly dramatic way possible. Our Ben Schmidt was on the scene in Shelbyville for a once-in-a-lifetime comeback.
On the line between North Shelby and Bramer. Let's jump right to the fourth when things got crazy. North Shelby down 30-12. That changes in a hurry. Jay Daniel, 50-yard touchdown pass to Gannon Bowen. That would not be the last time we see that connection in this one. And then Daniel would run it in for two. We've got a 30-20 ball game with 7:02 left in this fourth quarter. So could the Raiders get a stop? Well, this would certainly help as Oren Van Skyke leading the way on a sack for the Raiders. That would help as then Bramer would eventually go for it on fourth down, and it's Bo Bacon eventually going to be there downfield and gets the pass breakup, knocks it away, forces the turnover on downs, and file that name Bo Bacon away for later. So then first play of the very next drive, Jay Daniel is going to launch, and as he usually is, Gannon Bowen is all alone. This time a 65-yard touchdown. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a 30-26 game, which is 3 minutes and 23 seconds left in this one. So then Bramer, they're going to head right back out on offense, looking to put it away. Rolling out, the pass would be caught downfield, but guess who's eventually there to take it away? It's Bowen doing just about everything in this one. He can play both ways, and he eventually returns it back the other way for North Shelby. The fans, boy, were they loving it at this point. They could smell a trip to state. However, the Raiders gave it back, so another chance for Bramer to put it away, but this sack would give North Shelby some life. They force a fourth down. Bramer, they go for it again. The pass would fall incomplete, so guess what? North Shelby, they're going to get another shot. Let's set the scene. North Shelby down 4 under a minute to play, needing 46 yards ahead of the state championship, and they need to do it with Bo Bacon now in at quarterback. So first play of the drive, Bacon, he buys all sorts of time, finds Alex DeLalo, who then laterals it to TJ Belt, and here come the Raiders. Next play after a spike, it's going to be Bacon, who eventually finds DeLalo again, and once he does catch this one, he goes immediately down. That sets up this. One play from 16 yards out, Bacon to Bowen, ball's tipped and caught at the buzzer. Pandemonium ensues at North Shelby. Coach Stuckey is loving it as the Raiders pull the rabbit out of the hat, win this one 32-30. They are state championship bound.
What a way to get the job done for North Shelby. Huge comeback win in that ball game. And we will have the Raiders taking on Archie next Saturday at Spratt Stadium in St. Joseph for a chance to win a state championship. The Zombie Raiders just won't die, and our guy Ben Schmidt will have a massive wrap-up for you coming up tomorrow night on the Sunday Night News of all that took place to make this happen for David Stuckey's crew. Unbelievable turn of events. They were left for dead mid-season, and now they're playing for a state title. Just unbelievable stuff by the Raiders. Congratulations there. Now across the county down at South Shelby, taking on number 1 ranked and undefeated Fairgrove today, trying to punch their own ticket to state in this one on 4th and 3, down 21-7. The Cardinals make some fun happen. First passing play of the game for them, Chase Mollering to Owen Steve for the touchdown. Then Mollering trying to run and jumpstart the offense even more. This was a good drive, but it would not net points, and that was unfortunate because tell you what, check out Preston Nelson, though, on defense right here, trying to slow down the Fairgrove attack. They were incredibly good. They lived up to the billing. Cardinals now down 35-14 in this one. How about Drayden Black with the interception to get a little momentum back? South Shelby just couldn't capitalize in this one, and they had no answer for Kellen Lair, who's probably the player of the state in Class 2 this season. Lair, all kinds of speed, all kinds of breakaway ability, and nobody was going to stop him today. Once he got to the edge, he was untouchable. All Fairgrove in this game. Great season for Adam Gunterman and company, but it comes dashing to an end today. Final count this one, 55-21 in favor of Fairgrove. The news did not get any better at Lamar, which it was a scene of nightmares last year for Bowling Green in this very same game. Bowling Green had a lead in this game late into the third and early fourth quarter, but saw it slip away. They lose in the most heartbreaking way fashion in this one, falling by a single point and missing out on state. Obviously a phenomenal season for Mark St. Clair's crew as well, which included today another 89-yard touchdown rumble by Jace Eskew. But we are all done with football at Class 2, and we've got only North Shelby left. Now, that's just the start of our giant overtime show today. Coming up next on the big show, I've got more basketball tournament tourney style than you can shake a stick at, including a half-court buzzer beater to show you. Don't go away. There's more overtime straight ahead. Quincy High School chasing its 37th ever Thanksgiving tournament, and Bradley Longcourt III did not show up to mess around in this one. He was lights out en route to MVP honors. First of all, a little pull-up three. That was good, just a sign of things to come with the game already tied at 10. Keyshawn Thomas right here doing a little contortion on the interior and still somehow getting this place to go. Somehow this young man still underrated on the state and recruiting stage. Great take for him as part of a three-point play. More on that fella in a second. How about Jarius Rice Jr.? Going to come up with the rebound right here and ignite the break. And man, how about a little sweet chin-up music at the other end from BL3, throwing down as part of a 32-point night. More to come. Back down Keyshawn is the best Keyshawn. Got his 1,000th career point tonight. And man, he was just working it overtime in the paint as he often does. Good stuff from Keyshawn right there. How about Mark Loudon, who has stepped up big so far early in the season, looked great at the Thanksgiving tournament. Here he comes, wide open off the extra pass, and a little hezzy move makes that good for Mark. A little more BL3 coming up right here, working the deep three, Steph Curry range. Yeah, he's got that in the bag, and we're not done with BL3, not by a long shot. As I mentioned, tournament MVP wasn't close for second in this one. Beautiful shot for him. How about some more from Keyshawn as well? He is going to get the beautiful wraparound pass and somehow still draw the foul on this one. And we haven't even got to our obligatory Dom Clay tonight. No smiley dunks from Dom. We got a big-time three from him and a little crane arm action at the back end of this as he let you know it was going down. All Quincy High School in this one. They sweep the Thanksgiving tournament and win today over St. Louis. 69-47 was your final in that one. All right, across town, Quincy Notre Dame trying to make it 2-0 in the Gully tip-off, taking on Gateway STEM, and Greg Altmix likes what he sees from the mid-range game. In this one, first, Jackson Canoyer. He's got that in the bag, going to come wide open, and that's a spot of comfort for him. And in similar fashion, I should say, Jackson Pyatt likes that spot as well. He's going to operate from there, find his own jumper from that range, and all of a sudden, Quincy Notre Dame was starting to cook a little bit. Alex Dance free in the corner, and let him cook as well. So Mr. Dance is going to knock down the triple from that point. A lot of balance tonight from the Raiders. These first two games, they're showing a lot of different places to initiate the offense. Jace Allensworth doing Jace Allensworth type things in this one as he gets the bucket from in close as well. How about a little Carter Miller action as well off inbound action? He will convert nicely, and Quincy Notre Dame was basically dialing up anything they wanted to at Gateway STEM's expense in this one. Leave you with a little Alex Daum, as this is going to be a Daum good finish at the back end of this. Quincy Notre Dame wins big time in this one, 77-48. What a day for the West Hancock Titans. You've heard all the hype. They go and step up and play in the Crimson Classic, taking on Chatham Glenwood this morning. Jeff Dahl's intensity was up early. His team was not good in the first quarter. Only field goal of that frame comes here, courtesy of the magnificent Mr. Lewis Siegfried, who draws the three-point play. The Titans were down to the other Titans, 8-4 at that point. Things got better in a hurry. Gavin Grothaus, he usually has a hand in good fortune. He, too, going to author his own bucket and Band-Aid opportunity right here. More of that to come in this one. And check out Jordan Crowley, I should say, off the bench. Little block and steal action from Lewis Siegfried sets it up. He's going to get the harm and the hoop right there to make that happen. And suddenly West Hancock had found some gravity and some momentum. A lot of it came in the second quarter from Lewis Siegfried, lighting up threes like nobody's business in this one. It would be West Hancock building a 4-point lead to open the third quarter. They fell behind as many as 7 and rally all the way back thanks to a monster second half in this one, and overtime period as well, as it would be West Hancock taking things down and getting the win in this one. in overtime. Huge win over Chatham-Glenwood. 46-43 is your final in that contest. And then later in the day, stepping up in competition again, they complete the sweep on day number 2 with the big-time win over Marion. Those are two awesome, bigger programs that West Hancock beat today in terms of claiming the title at the Crimson Classic. That despite the loss yesterday as well. Awesome, awesome day for the West Hancock Titans as they serve notice around the state that they are now very much for real indeed with those couple of victories. We also had the Route Rockets Day. I'll get to that in a second. Jacksonville also today falls to Marion earlier in the day after that win over West Hancock last night. Amari Burries had 35 points last night, had 13 in this one, but Jacksonville no match for Marion. All right, now let's take you to Saltyville. Route Catholic trying to win a Gene Birchsnyder Thanksgiving tournament title at the expense of New Berlin on their home court. Bryson Mossman going to start things off as he often does. A little lefty action from the elbow right here. He's as good at that as anybody, as he's going to get the job done and get the friendly roll on the back end. How about some defense from the big fella? Young Adam Abel showing off he's got the verticality, and he's going to go up to get down, and this one sets the wheels in motion for this fast break opportunity. You don't know what Eli Olson was intending with that, but Brady Turner is there to clean it up nicely for him and get the and one at the back end. More from Adam Abel. His size, tough to match up with for the Pretzels in this one, and they didn't. Got kind of the modified flying hook shot to go there. More to come right here. Mossman this time setting up Mr. Eli Olson, who will knock down the jumper very nicely there for 3 at that point. Mossman doing some of his own work right there on the interior as well. Bryson as good as you'll find in the state. More to come. Mossman, the 3 from the southpaw side of things as he makes that fly as well. Some more Brady Turner for you as well, as this was not a high-scoring affair, but Route was efficient when they needed to be and did some really nice work in this stuff, as well as Route would end up going on to get the victory and the tournament championship to start their season. What a way to get it done. And Hostile climbs at the Pretzel Dome. 34-29 your final. Eli Olson letting you know, as Route Catholic is your Gene Birchsnyder tournament titleist this year. Also coming up tonight at the Spartan tip-off, final night of play. Your champion didn't actually play. They win by a tiebreaker. More on that in a second. Macomb was trying to be that champion, but they had to hold West Prairie essentially scoreless for the entire game to make that happen due to the fewest points allowed. That didn't happen, but Macomb did get the win to finish up with, 3-1 as a record. 52-34, led by Langdon Lambert and his 10 points. Illini West, by virtue of their defense this week, ends up winning the tournament title in a 3-way dance title and dance-off, if you will, against both Macomb and Illini Bluff. Speaking of tournament titles today, Brown County West Central going at it today for the championship of the Tiger Classic in Beardstown. And this was a fantastic game as the Hornets measured themselves against, well, technically a defending state champion, even though West Central lost some big pieces early on. How about Nick Hamilton, who has been a revelation this week over in Beardstown? He's going to get the pretty finish on the inside, and suddenly West Central had the lead early. They weren't going to relinquish it either. All tournament selection, Carter Havens trying to answer back with a triple off give-and-go action. He would make that happen for himself, but at the other end, West Central is going to answer right back, and there goes that man again. Nick Hamilton doing what he does. Off the rebound, he's going to find a little corner fun right there and let fly from deep at that point, thanks to a little assist right there from Carson Brown at that point. Then it's Blaine Sidwell swooping to the hoop in this one. A nifty lead for West Central, but it would not last. Maverick Henry started to get things going, and everybody else kind of fell into place from there. With a midi for Maverick, yeah, you will see him disappear into the crowd after knocking down that jumper. West Central tries to answer back in this one. It's Caden Meyer with the benefits of the steal. The big fella with a little pretty circus move at the back end of that. Brown County counters with that. It's Michael Cassing knocking down a 3, a little give-and-go 3 action for him, as well as Brown County took a little bit in the first quarter to warm up. Once they did at the end of the first quarter here, they suddenly found a little pacing in this one. Carson Brown, I apologize, I was not familiar with your long-range game, extended West Central to a 20-12 lead, but all of a sudden from that point forward, Brown County really took it to West Central. This is, again, Maverick Henry. He's going to bank home a 2 right here, thanks to a little defense and his toughness in the paint at that point. More to come in this one. A little steal action is going to work well for Mr. Henry, and Brown County kind of roared its way into the fourth quarter and just in comeback mode, just kept fighting back and just would never relinquish in this one. Leave you at the end of the first half with a little bit more from Carter Havens right here off the slap away. Probably should have been a foul. Ryan Seaston got called for a technical because he wasn't happy with that call, but Brown County goes on to win it late, 55-50. What a week for the Hornets there. Meanwhile, third place game, Unity and Southeastern. Adler Gray back in his traditional uniform number tonight. Early on, Southeastern made some noise like they were going to make this fun. Jaron Henry with the three to start the game off with the right foot. Big fella's got that touch, but right here off a missed three, and this is kind of where the Suns started to get eclipsed a little bit in this one. Little fast break action, and there goes Adler Gray on his horse and straight to the bucket, and man, he beats a couple of defenders to make that happen. When he wasn't doing it, it was Sawyer Allen, the all-tournament pick, and deservedly so. Sawyer Allen with some nifty maneuvering right there to get the defensive larceny and layup for him. Adler Gray this time working on the interior. The Hezzy move works to good effect as he's going to end up drawing the foul and the three-point play on the back end of this, and it was just Unity in succession from that point forward, just kind of punching away effectively in this game. More to come in this one from Sawyer Allen after the Adler Gray bucket, or actually this time the Sawyer Allen bucket of his own accord. And then I'm going to give you the prettiest bucket of the day, at least from this game. It's Allen and Gray working the beautiful game, as they like to say in soccer. Just a little give and go passing on the fast break. All Unity in this game all the time. Tell you what, I think the Mustangs are a little better than anybody gave them credit for. 66-28 is how it all shakes down. We take you to the fifth place game now. Rushville Industry and Beardstown, two schools that traditionally haven't liked each other very much. Early on, it was a free tag, free-for-all in this one as the ball gets rolling. And first of all, it's Carter moving the ball into the front court. Eventually, it's going to be Carter to Bennett free tag on the inside. And Bennett was beasting. He was an all-tournament pick, and man, nobody really did much to stop him in the block all tournament long. A little bit later, Mr. Carter free tag with some thievery right here. This is a pretty bucket, not his prettiest bucket of the game. We'll get to that in a second. Beardstown trying to find some offense. They struggled to get consistent points in this one, but Tanner Riddell right there knocks down a three, trying to get them going. Rushville Industry making it look very easy in the first half. Brody Rush right here. The give-and-go three is good for him as he gives and receives. And just before halftime, here's the highlight you're going to see on Sensational 7. Not above Gannon Bowen. You're going to see this. Half-court buzzer beater. Are you kidding me? Great stuff from Carter free tag right there, right into the camera. We'll slow it down for you, give you a second look at just how true this was as Carter free tag is going to spot his team to a 28-14 lead at the half. I haven't had a halftime buzzer beater, at least on my camera, in some time. So this was fun to watch and neat to see at that point. As you see Carter doing his thing, and he wasn't done doing his thing right here. A little burglary in the bucket at the other end. You know what? Rushville Industry built a big lead. Watch Beardstown chew it back down to single digits at one point, but Bennett, Freetag, and company weren't having it as Rushville Industry wins the fifth place game and wins it pretty effectively in this one. Final count in this one in favor of Rushville Industry as they put 44 on the board to 30. And we'll have more overtime coming your way straight after this.
Time with Chris Duerr, brought to you by Hollister Whitney.
In the PANA tournament title game tonight, on the girls' side, a battle of state superpowers, but it was all breeze modern day as Central Southeastern falls there in the title game, 56-37. Speaking of title games, good one tonight at Mount Sterling in the Lady Hornet Classic, Brown County versus Pittsfield, and this was about as fun as you're going to see this season. Starts you off with Brown County down one, and a little bit of fun from Taylor Peebles right here in transition, breaks the Saukeys out of a mini scoring slump. They get it working as Miss Taylor finds her way free and scoops one off the glass. Kenzie Cassing, who's as good a natural scorer as you're going to find in this area, answers right back as Brown County starts to get its momentum working in the right direction. Reese Ramsey, outstanding freshman, is going to fire back. You think she's not fired up? Check out the hands after she hits this three to extend Pittsfield to a 21-17 lead at that point. Ashley Markert, she's really good passing the basketball. Going to find Maggie Henry on the inside right here with that 21-17 margin, and Miss Maggie is going to knock that in as Maggie Henry gets the two at that point. Lincoln McCartney, the other outstanding freshman for Pittsfield, going to get the steal and the takeaway. Pittsfield had as much as a 9-point lead in the fourth quarter. Brown County tied it, but it would be Pittsfield sealing the deal and getting the job won, winning 50-44 in an epic showdown of two fast-rising teams. Elsewhere today at the Lady Hornet Classic, third place to West Hancock, who looked really good doing it today behind Grace Grotehouse. Also today in the fifth place game, it was Pleasant Hill Western doing the deed and getting the win in that one. Nifty win for Pleasant Hill Western as they beat Beardstown by 3. Also today, Unity, a big winner in the 7th place game. And in that 9th place contest, it would be West Prairie falling in that one and getting the loss in that contest, as you see to Payson Seymour, 44-37. Ella Archer with 14 points. Quincy Notre Dame at home tonight on the girls' side, and man, you can't see much better offense than what Sage Stratton and company played tonight. First quarter, it was the Stratton textbook 3 for Miss Sage, and she's going to knock that down. She had 17 points, all of them in the first half. She might have had all of them in the first quarter if she would have wanted to. Lauren Hummel on the run-out opportunity to Jenna Durst, over to Tristan Pieper, who's going to get 3 the traditional way right here, and that's really good. And then the Sage bombs would continue. Miss Stratton stepping into her 3s, and man, she shoots that ball so high in the air and yet brings it down so perfectly soft, and that's part of the key right here. Is she'll knock down a triple from here and then a triple from the corner pocket after one quarter, 34-6 in favor of Quincy Notre Dame, and they just never really looked back. They were 11 of 17 from 3 in the first half in this one, shot 16 of 23 from the field, and end up winning this game by the final count of 53-14, and we'll have more overtime straight ahead for you. Tonight, as the Highland girls take care of business at Althoff Catholic's expense, Chevy Sharp with 18 points in that one. Also failed to mention Jackson McNeff at Beardstown was your tournament MVP. Forgot to give Cooper Knoll some love, all-tournament pick at Jacksonville as well. Also a reminder tomorrow, Ben Schmidt has your complete wrap-up on all things North Shelby.